skies to Boomville. Hello, good evening. Fun fact, but of all the live streams we've done recently, the chasing series has been some of the most popular. Both from a subscriber, entertainment, and success too. So thanks for joining. Hope we have a good race. My road cycling shoes are falling apart now as well. It's like the canvas is coming off the, like the, I don't know what they call it, like the white paint or whatever it is like peeling off. They don't make these things to last, do they? I don't recommend the Giros. Too expensive. Okay. Drink towel. Okie dokie. There we go. We're ready. Good evening, everybody. Some monkey nut snacks. Oh, nice, Morton. Nice. Oh. Yeah, Ian is in this event, I think. Ian is in here. The new Fallout series, I haven't actually. Although, that was a PlayStation game, wasn't it? Fallout. This course, I've got to say, this course, I've not raced on the Fig.8. The Watopia Fig.8 for a long time, I don't think. And fun fact, this was actually the course that I think we raced on for the British Zwift qualifier, Zwift Championship qualifier. The one we did a good few years ago now, the one that Cam and Jeff has won. And we were there as teammate slash, well, cannon fodder. Good evening, Will. Glute activation. I do a little. You can't beat a warm-up on the bike though, quite frankly, but glute activation wise, I like to follow, there's a fairly simple routine where you use a band between your knees. You do a couple of clams, lying on your side, and you sort of open your legs. And then monster walks, band around your feet, slight like half squat, and then you walk across the floor both ways. Also useful to do some hip flexor activation as well, I feel. Glute bridges are really effective, aren't they, as well? I mean, single leg glute bridges, as long as you can do them in good form, you know, you only need to do a couple, you know, but really effective. Certainly the way you feel after it, or when you're on the bike, I think you could definitely feel a difference. More so for some people than others, but now, just for the record, I can't see a thing on my screen at the minute. I'm like watching the live stream because I can't actually see my TV because of the sun in here. The light is just too strong. It's like very faint. Baseball caps, yeah, yeah. I wasn't in charge of sorting those, but we need to. I'll find out. I'm on it with the kit as well, by the way. I'm on it with the kit. I'm just waiting on. Unfortunately, I'm waiting on other people. I What was I going to say? Frederick, I agree. I love this course. Certainly don't do it enough. Very underrated. Yes, if you can do that, Emma, then you can be the official supplier. We need 500 ASAP. Oh, my. Do you remember what I was saying the other night when I did the 20-minute effort, which if you missed it, if you need some inspiration for a workout this week, put that on while you're doing your workout and I think you'll find some inspiration there for sure. Well, a minute, I'm little Harron's in this event. No, my eyes deceive me. My eyes deceive me. Do you remember I was saying in that race that how I feel when I sit on the saddle and how it changes? So tonight it feels uncomfortable a little bit sitting on the saddle. Now, I have ridden already today. It was a fairly leisurely ride with Bryn and we were chatting a lot, so we weren't actually like pressing on the pedals as much. So what happens then is, because you're putting less pressure on the pedals, you're putting more pressure on your seat. So I find when I do that, you know, it's a little bit more sensitive. So yeah, there's probably too much information there, but does that explain a little bit? I don't know. Do I use chamois cream? I don't actually. I very rarely use chamois cream. If I'm desperate, I use chamois cream, but no, I never use it. My gooch is tough enough, that's for sure. You forget, when you've been doing this for 15 years, you don't need chamois cream. A bit of spit will work well. The iron gooch, exactly, yeah. Let's put that on a t-shirt. Yeah, very true, very true. The thing is, it's not, you know, I'm not trying to normalise, like, uncomfortableness when you're sat in a saddle, you know. The key thing is it shouldn't be all the time. You know, it might happen every now and again when, you know, like I said, when you're doing maybe high volume, or if you're, you know, if you maybe, like, when I'm riding in the rain a lot, you know, and then of course you're sure to get wet, a little bit of abrasion, right? So there's instances like that. So it's certainly not normal to be uncomfortable every day, but it's worth saying in case anyone is uncomfortable every day. Oh, that's cool. The Norwegian UX rider was in the race last week. He didn't even know. He didn't. Oh. By the way, if you've noticed, I haven't had a heart rate monitor while I've been out riding. I'm not using this one, the one on my arm when I'm out riding. For some reason it doesn't record very well outside. But my old heart rate monitor has started to play up, so I've ditched it. I'm not riding with the heart rate monitor for now. I'm waiting for heart rate monitor to come from 4i. Because, well, it's not official yet, but we're going to be supported by 4i this year. Which is really good news because I've always been a fan ever since I started using them about 6 or 7 years ago odd. Favourite cyclist shorts for indoors? Nah, I don't have a favourite pair. Roger that, Demo, roger that. Merci. Now, the reason why I don't have a favourite pair of cyclist shorts indoors, because, I mean, generally when I'm riding indoors, I'm not that comfortable anyway, because I don't move. I move around a lot on the bike and on the saddle, and I can't do that indoors. I don't know what I did like though. What I did like was those LaColle shorts with the holes down the side from when I'm riding indoors, and they were quite comfortable actually. You know, the chamois was okay. I don't know. Hey, good evening, James. How do you say it how it's spelt? Like Beic or Beic? Hey, Fraser. Oh, question about holidays. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you saw the video where I rode on a gym bike. On the gym bike, I essentially did about 30 minutes to 60 minutes a day on the gym bike, and I just did some 30-30s and 40-20s and things. Only 10 or 20 repetitions, split into 2 sets. And when I came back about 10 days later, I was okay. Now, wouldn't necessarily recommend it to everybody, but I don't know. It was a little bro science experiment, I suppose, and it worked. So there we have it. Yeah, maybe just use your time wisely. Essentially, is the message. Okay, first climb. There we go. This music is crap. Sorry, you can't hear the music. It sounds like I'm on a rant at my playlist. Okay, I can't see what's happening. What is this music? What about time, James? What are you up to? Thank you, Gale Force. Love. Oh. Ooh, I can feel a stitch coming. I wouldn't listen to the BBC, Patrick. Oh. 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 With the Q factor, no. Where's Ian? Is he not in this group then? Well, Spiky, you're gonna have to stay with me now. Yeah, you signed up. No going back. Big hero attack here, Michael, I reckon. Well, the speed has dropped. I use 3-second average. Only because it smooths it out slightly. So if I'm doing a climb or an effort where I feel like I need to pace it, then the instant sort of goes a little bit all over the place. I don't use instant on my when I'm out riding on the road, so I actually use average 5 second when I'm outdoors. Michael's going to attack. I know he's got a huge 5-minute power, so I feel like, you know, that's the big effort right there. No team time, sure. Yes, Patrick. The weather outside in the UK over the next week looks good. Finally, huh? Finally. We all know it's getting serious when Emma's taking a bike out. Yeah, we love that, Ems. We love that. Long waiting game for this race, but there's still some attacks already left. Yeah, I can appreciate that, Patrick. You won't be the only one. I love it, John. I thought it was going to happen twice today, to be honest. No spoilers for those who haven't seen it. Zwift plays. Well, I've just heard that they're selling the little blips, the little buttons, the click or whatever it's called, for like 35, 40 quid. So I only actually need that, but yeah. Yeah, I think it was only like 2 days ago, actually, no? Only 2 days ago. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that won't be too long, will it? That V5 update, surely. Given that the majority of people are on those. Well, the people who've got Wahoos, I mean. I have to give a big shout out to you guys, though. I mean, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, the live stream is actually a big part of this YouTube channel, weirdly. When I look at my analytics, especially this time of year when I'm not doing so many events, you know, these live streams, they really help hold the channel together. And what I mean by that is, you know, you viewers watching the super chats. Yeah. It's almost like telepathy there. The super chat came up. Thank you. And what I was going to say was essentially, you know, the Zwift click or the Zwift play, like the wear and tear or or the investment in the setup and furthering the setup. You know, I can put that back into the setup. So yeah, thank you all of you collectively. It's a big thank you to all of you. So you know, every share, every comment, every like, you know, I actually don't say it enough. I know that. I'm very conscious of that. I love watching YouTube. I love watching other channels, and you know, they often say, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment, and to be honest, I often forget to say those things, and then I have to like add it in as text. But anyway, thank you, Phil. Am I still running? Funny you mention that, because I am in a triathlon club. Yeah, I am in a triathlon club. Partly to help out triathletes with their bike, and to help improve that specific part of their, maybe not so much with training, but just with general, you see it from a different perspective as a cyclist, you know? You know, when it comes to pacing an event and all that kind of stuff. So I've been tempted to do some of their run sessions. So we'll see. I don't know. I need to actually start running again to even go down that route yet. So yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll start running. I always forget how much flat there is on this side of the course. Yes, I know now, I know. The thing is, there's a fine line between, like, ego running, which is something I don't like to do. Like, when I go out and run, I like to run, like, 2 kilometers, which is probably being really cautious, like, overly cautious. But then I get a lot of stick from people saying, like, oh, you can run further than that. Like, oh, you're a really good cyclist and you can't run. I say, well, I don't want to get injured, so I don't know what I do, like, you know, I don't just want to knock out like a 10k run at 4 minutes per kilometre pace. Like, I understand the process. But yeah, like, I'll hide all of those runs on Strava so you can't see how, you can't see me running like 6 or 7 minute per kilometre pace for like 2 kilometres while I get used to running. That's the beauty with cycling, see? You know, there's a much lower risk of injury. And you can, you know, you can do like way more volume. You know, like if you've never ridden a bike in your life and you do like 20 miles, like, yeah, it's going to be hard. But like, you know, it's like, you can still almost do it. It's, cycling is, it's weird, like, running is more accessible than cycling because you just put shoes on, but it's also more, like, you know, you can get injured much quicker. So really, cycling is, you know, more beginner friendly than, well, it's not with the cost of things, but, yeah. Anyway, we've got another climb coming up. Higher risk of death. Why is it funny not pushing all the time? Well, I don't need to answer that. Come on now, Mike, I want a massive attack up here. I know you've been secretly holding back. Come on, everybody in the chat. Spiky Mikey, Spiky Mikey, Spiky Mikey. Spiky Mikey, there he goes. Go on, Spiky Mikey. Go on, Spiky. I'm trying to block the front. Good gap there, actually, Mike. You got a nice little buffer there. Get you up to that first hairpin, no doubt. Just back it off slightly as you go around that bend, just to give yourself like 2 seconds of. Who's the brave soul? Oh. Satellite rider. Don't be put off, Mike. You're doing well. You get over this, you give yourself a heck of a chance being in the split. Go on, Mike. Good effort, Emma, good effort. You're in some big live stream points here, Mike, like people cheering you on. Well, exactly, you know, sometimes when you throw caution to the wind like that, it's like, well, you know, you never know. You might come up there and you might have just got on the back of it, you never know. That's why Zwift racing is an awesome way of, like, you know, trying something, and if it fails, it failed. Hey, welcome, John. Oh, weather's finally changing down here. That's going to be an hour and a half race, is it? I didn't expect it to be that long. Well, she's not doing an event, but she's coming out to Mallorca with me. So, yeah. To be honest though, I mean, she did like 3.5 hours of battle on the beach at 160 beats a minute, so yeah, the fact she's only going out to Mallorca to like just ride a bike, then there's no like, she doesn't have to be at a certain fitness to ride every day, you know. She'll just ride within herself every day. Does it really? I'm retired. That's right now, yeah, I'm actually getting paid to be there, so I can't just lie around. Being paid to take the cyclobricare back. No, I'm joking. I feel like Vanderpool, yeah? Like, in this group, Breakaway's gone. Look at everybody else. Ooh. Wow, 25-second gap to the front. Look. Yeah, I know now, I know. Now I've got to pull, stop the gap going any further. It's good training anyway. The fact that I pull here now, it just adds to the I don't know if that was an attack or a pull. Well, it'll probably close of the KOM, but it won't close completely. And then, ideally, you want to be with a small group. But, we'll see. Still some good riders here, though. Like, there's a good pull-in. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing if everyone stayed together over the KOM, but we'll see now. Trouble is, as a sea rider does it, can't hold the wheel, so end up riding off, and then it breaks the elastic. There's a lot of flat after this, isn't there? Dean's gone solo. That plays into the hands of the group behind, surely, you'd have thought. Well, you never know, actually. Never know. Group coming back together, that's good. Huge group still. Oh. Oh. Good group. Yeah. What sort of speed were we doing there, going up that last little bit? Must have been like 50k out. No, Phil. Ah. Come on, Dean. We can do it, we can do it. Can't let them get you. Oh, Dean, dig in, dig in. I had to go where I went there. I thought that was getting real close, but I hope you hold that off now. 10 seconds, you got it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Oh. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Moment of truth. Oh. Oh. Let's have a TSS guess. What was the TSS? Oh, congrats, Dean. Good ride, good ride. Been away for over half of the race there. And just to explain a little bit what happened. Essentially, managed to bridge across to Dean, and then it was quite hard to get away from the group. I think the group was very switched on, and it was very difficult for me to sort of break the elastic. I went a couple of times. I'll have a look at the graph here just quickly. And when I went, oh, thank you, Dean. Nice one. When I went, let's look at the timeline. I bridged across, and then where we sort of worked well together, we obviously were going to tackle the last KOM, and the group behind was there. You know, it was like 15-20 seconds, not massive gap, and that very short, like 90-second to 2-minute effort up that KOM, someone went really early at the bottom, and they got within, I would say, 10, 9, 8 seconds maybe of us. But just before the KOM, I did a big pull, and then Dean came through. And then when Dean came through, so the idea is that generally when you're in a breakaway, if you feel like you're the strongest rider, then you would let the guy you're with potentially do the climb. They do the hardest bit because they'd be able to ride it at their pace, and then you'd still be able to work together. So that's the way you would do it. Now, I made the assumption that I was stronger than Dean only because he'd been out there for the whole race. Okay, so that was my thought process. When we got halfway up the climb and we went around the hairpin, it was a little bit too close for comfort for me, and you know we were riding at like 6.5 watts per kilo, but they were doing like 10 to 12 watts per kilo behind. So I made a bit of a choice there to just push on to the top, which required about a 30-second fairly max effort, and then obviously reached max heart rate there, 179. It got over the top, and then from there to the finish it was a solo effort. Dean managed to hang on for second, and to be honest, I didn't think that would have played out like that. I think it was not too risky to stay with Dean, but there was too much of a chance maybe of a bridge occurring. So yeah, it's obviously not good for Dean. Although Dean came second. That's still a phenomenal ride. But like, it was either stay or go, and in the moment, I just made the decision to go. So that was that. Different bit of different bit of tactic, a different bit of race scenario. Kind of interesting because they don't always pan out like that. You know, it's great to have strong riders. You know, let's say 5 watts per kilo plus for 20-minute riders in the race, and makes for a very dynamic race because, like I said, it was quite hard to break away in the first place. And there's not many opportunities for the climbs either because, you know, yes, there's 4 climbs, but there's big gaps between in some instances, so it makes it a little bit difficult, and that's why I think we really like this course. Well, I say really like it. I rarely ever do it, but I do really enjoy this one, I have to admit. So Dean would have for sure rolled me in the sprint if he's been working on his sprint, because I have not been working on my sprint. Yeah, I mean, looking back on the live stream, I mean, I don't know. I think Fell made a big bridge, didn't he? Made a big push, got really close, and then I think when I went, you know, maybe that was enough to just dampen the hopes. I don't know. I know if I was in that situation and I had attacked to get across, and then like the rider I was chasing then pushed on, I think mentally, you know, I would have been like, oh. Like, you know, I was nearly there, and then he goes. So, psychologically, there's things in play there. So, yeah. You see that in the one-day classics, actually. There's a weird crossover. Like, there's this saying that you're always chasing the race. So, you know, you might see it, like if you watch AMSTEL Gold today, for example. You know, let's say... you know, you get in the breakaway, there's lots of crosswinds and there's lots of climbs and everything. Like, you get in the breakaway, and then, you know, a team is like, oh, you know, we've missed the breakaway, we have to chase it. So you chase it back, you pull it back, it comes back, you hit another climb, another breakaway goes, and you missed it again. There's a saying, like, you're constantly chasing the race. And then near at the end of the race, if the breakaway goes and you pull it back and you catch it, there's a very high chance that someone's attacked off of that breakaway, and now you've got to chase someone else. So you're constantly chasing the race. You know, it's a very common occurrence in Northern European racing, funny enough. It's why the classics are one of the best one-day races in the world. And yeah, it's why they're so much fun to watch. So, yeah, interesting crossover there, actually. This just come to mind. So yeah. Epic. Oh, I've gone very dark in here. I do apologise. Whew. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate your company this evening. Again, like I said earlier, thank you for tuning in. It's like I said, it's the live streams are really important on this channel, and I really appreciate your support. So stick around. There's going to be a vlog soon in the next coming days where I talk about what's next. So I hope you enjoyed that. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your evening. Have a good week if I don't see you, and stay fit, stay healthy. I will see you soon. Hey, thanks for subscribing, 7-8. Thank you, Derek. That is very interesting. I did not know that. So that is yeah, that's very interesting, and certainly very lucky that I went then.